Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon to those in Europe. Good morning. Yeah. Bear Stearns. Yeah. Yep, Celsius had an earnings report. It's gonna go to 200. Eventually. In the not too distant future. I really think that. So yesterday we saw the ones that held up well. Pretty much all of my portfolio held up really well or bounced where it should have bounced. Very happy about that. The only thing I got rid of was... Oh, okay, never mind. Market open. Good luck. CFLT, I don't see anything here. FCX, copper is strong again. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, I think copper is gonna go up for a long time. You know, all the, charging networks they're building out for EVs and whatnot requires a lot of copper. I don't know what the exact metric unit for a shit ton is, but that's how much copper will be needed over the next, say, 5, 7, 10 years. And lithium too. Well, lithium has already been reflecting this for a year, but for all the batteries. That's some insane volatility on AFRM past 2 sessions. Down 15% yesterday, gapped up 25% today, and now it's down almost 9% from the highs. Not bad. It should be holding this area here. It should hold this low 150 area. Maybe in a few weeks, if we can tighten up, we'll have a setup, hopefully. This plug is looking great. Not going away. BE also. Mara bouncing off the rising 10-day. I gotta admit, yesterday was not easy, but you know, that's the days like that. You just you gotta grab your balls and you're like, you know what? Pullback days happen, and there's no reason to sell just because we have a down day. There's no reason to sell if you're not getting, you know, if you have no reason to sell. Other than it's a down day. Pullbacks happen. You want a big winner, you gotta endure some pullbacks. That's just how it works. You can't have straight up action every day. The only thing I sold was XUp. I was like, fuck it. And where do you guys know where I sold it? Like 105. I've been looking for reasons to sell it for a while because it was my lowest ADR holding. I bought it here, and you know, but I kept all the important ones. I did size down on Lucid. I sold half on Lucid when it started breaking this 42 area. But other than that, oh yeah, Roblox too. Yeah, Roblox stopped me out. That was the only one that really stopped me out. Twice now. Gotten stopped out of it twice now. First on the opening range near the open 2 days ago, and then yesterday when it took out those lows. Oh well. You know, I think the 10-day catches up. It's gonna have a setup. I think it's gonna do like AFRM did. It's gonna find support on these moving averages 10 and 20, and then it's gonna go. Yep, AFRM bouncing where it should have bounced, or where it should bounce. No such thing as reverse CP. And now the strong sectors held up the past 2 days, they're all wanting to break out. everything EV related and clean energy, just insanely strong. Why I didn't sell EMPH close under 10 day? Because I'm not using 10 day as my stop. I don't use 10 day as my stop on almost anything. Unless it's a very extended name. Mostly I use the 20 and 50. And also EMPH, it just had a 5-star EP. 5-star. Breaking out this long range on big volume. It's a leading stock in a leading sector. And it showed relative strength yesterday. No reason to sell it at all. Absolutely no reason to sell it. But one that tested me a little bit was FNGU. That one dipped below the 20-day. I'm like, oh. But then it bounced kind of exactly where it should have bounced. So it was a little bit of relief into the close. But I really thought I was going to get stopped out of this thing. But it wicked nicely into the close and closed above the 20. Because that's my biggest position. Having a, 15% pullback in a few sessions, it kind of hurts. But sometimes you gotta grab your balls and just follow your sell rules. Because if you don't follow your rules, you're gonna be a loser. And not loser in a good way, you're gonna be, like working shifts at McDonald's. Because I blew up my account, that type of a way. Gotta follow your rules. And sometimes it hurts. Sometimes you have to endure volatility. Well, it's the same thing like with a seatbelt. I always chuckle when people say, oh, you gotta use a seatbelt because otherwise the cops will fine you. It's like, if you're using a seatbelt because you're afraid the cops will fine you, you're an absolute moron and you should go castrate yourself. It's the same thing in trading. It's the same thing in trading. What's going on here? Well, yesterday my whole portfolio was red, with the exception of GBTC that was up like, I don't know, 0.23% or something. Oh no, it actually closed down, but it was up the whole day. But at the close, everything in my portfolio was red. Today, everything is green. You know? You can't get euphoric when things are going well, good days, and you can't panic on bad days. You gotta follow your process and your rules. It's about the big picture, right? If you study thousands of stocks, you will know that the big winners, they will surf the 10 and 20 day for weeks and months on end. And if there is no close beyond the 10 or 20, why should you sell it? Makes no sense. Let's see here. PPSA. This thing woke up out of nowhere. It's e-boost portfolio EV charging stations. Had a nutty day earlier this week. Or was it Friday? I don't even know when it was. I think it was Monday. Just woke out of nowhere. Huge volume. And today it's having huge volume again. Not as huge, but pretty decent. This EVGO, another one of these charging stocks. It's traded 3 times its float in 3 days. Gotta kind of have to pay attention to that stuff, The whole sector, there's something going on. You have this copper, like all these other commodities, like steel. Looks like shit. Steel, actually, no, never mind. They are actually pretty decent, but there is something brewing. You have TAN, you have these clean energy sector stocks, Plug, these alternative energies, or whatever you want to call them. It's almost like the market is trying to tell us something. I'm not sure what. My 2 brain cells don't have the computing power to figure it out. But I get a feeling the market is telling us something. Not sure what. I'm sure there are smarter people out there that can figure it out. Quantum brain cells? Yeah. I'm thinking about buying Rivian as a value play, undervalued value stock for my long-term portfolio. I'm thinking about putting like some Berkshire Hathaway and some Rivian in there. Get some diversification going. I mean, just like a conservative value stock. Jesus Christ, everything is triggering at the same time. Oh, Jesus Christ. Plug 2. How big is my stop percentage wise? Generally no more than 1.5 times ADR. Damn, these things are going. Everything is going straight up today. Oh. When you feel like you have to chase things up. What to do? There is no earnings on Lucid. They're gonna report zero in revenue. Zero in revenue. And they already reported the amount of like pre-orders. We already know the amount of pre-orders. So I don't think there's gonna be any much to report. Maybe they'll update the guidance a little bit, but look, like it's gonna be good. Like they had a lot of pre-orders. There's huge demand for these premium EVs right now. So much demand that not enough supply. So I wouldn't worry about Lucid earnings because there's not gonna be any earnings. At least I don't think there's gonna be any surprise. Oh yeah, EVGO, let's go. The volume didn't lie. Let's see if he can get to 30 by next week. Earnings looking burnings. Well, not so much more. Whew, what an intense 45 minutes it's been. Man, I got filled on half tan. I should have started buying it earlier. Oh, I started buying it high 96s. This thing bounced perfectly off the 20-day and oh. So I had to complement with PBW. This wasn't up as much. I don't know why this thing is lagging today, because if you look at from the early October lows to the highs 3 days ago, TAN and PBW had exactly the same move and that they have the same ADR, but PBW is lagging a little bit today, so I thought I was gonna get it on the cheap instead of chasing TAN. And then I got some of these crazies. PPSI had a huge move 3 days ago on enormous volume, hot sector, EV charging stations, EVGO, the same thing. This thing traded 3 times its float in 3 days. PPSI traded 3 times its float. No, wait, 10? 30 times its float in 1 day? Wait, holy shit, that's insane. Yeah, I know. I just can't buy more. I have so many things right now. 12, 28, PPSI earnings coming up. I don't think it's gonna matter. And Polestar. I sold this Ivan. I had a tiny position. This thing was really weak. I was hoping it would be the next QS. It could still be. Come on, PP. PP stock. Taking a flag on a daily versus the hourly, you gotta look at the volume and momentum. That's how you determine it. Stocks with enormous volume versus normal. That's how you decide. Then you gotta see, how hot is the sector, etc., etc. Has to be something special to trade it on the 60-minute. Has to be something special. Can't do it on a random piece of shit name. A boomer name. Oh yeah, PPSI, it's gonna go to 20. PPSI 20, EVGO 30, conservative price targets. Now I have to go and clean my both thumbs. Be right back. Hey, someone, go clip that, please. Can someone make a clip of that? For those of you, asking what methodology I use CanSlim T. If you've read the William O'Neill books, you know what CanSlim is. It's current earnings, current quarterly earnings, annual earnings. It has to be something new, a new product, new management. What does S stand for? I forgot what S stands for. L stands for, sales, exactly. Wait, what does L stand for? Oh, leader. I stands for supply. You know what? I don't care what the first whatever. I don't remember what they stand for, but the canceling T, the T stands for thumb. That was my point. What does TAN do? They make energy out of the sun. Let's go. You know what, guys? What BBBY reminds me of? AMC. This is a highly shorted stock, beaten down over many months. It's down like, I don't know, 60-70% over the past few quarters. Had high volume, traded several times its float past week. And you know what reminds me of? AMC late last year. Looks exactly the same. At high volume, traded several times its float, broke the flag, and went up, 500%. Not that I'm saying BBBY will do that. It's probably not, but, it has potential. And you know what Lucid reminds me of? It reminds me of AMC in May last year. Huge volume coming in. It trades like, traded many times its float. Etc, etc, etc. You're starting to get my point. It looks exactly like AMC did in May last year. Oh no, sorry, May earlier this year. I'm using AMC as my blueprint for everything. If you haven't noticed. Yeah, guys, I'm really telling you, in this type of market condition, when you have a lockout rally, look, if you don't have imagination, you're not gonna have, explosive returns. You need, like I tweeted like last week or whenever it was, you sell stuff a few days, a few weeks too early in this type of market environment, you're gonna retire 10 years later. Well, let's put it this way. Your financial goals will come true 10 years earlier if you just have some imagination. That's the type of market we're in. The second you think you're smarter than a 10 or the 20 day, that's when you're doomed for mediocrity. Trust me. I talk from experience. Guys, you should always trust the guy on the internet who puts his thumb up his ass to get price targets for stocks. You should always trust a guy like that. What's Roblox doing? Not really bouncing very strongly. I hope some of you with smaller accounts got this newer. I was looking at it, but it's just too thin for me. Gapped up over a multi-year range, big volume, biggest volume, green volume day in many years. And the big guidance higher, big acceleration. Oh well, I think I missed this plug. There were so many others I got into instead. Whatever. I was really hoping for another few days of sideways. Yeah, ASAN. Oh man, this thing is so strong. This thing is so strong. It's actually getting some... The dollar volume is pretty, you know, a lot higher than it was down here in the 80s. It may even get interesting for me eventually. All right, let's see what's going on here. What them? Well, if you look at the chart, you can try to figure out. I think this is enough. Come on, Ivicio. Let's go to 30. Let's go to 30. And PP, let's go to 20. Mr. PP. No, I leave my monitors. Last thing I want to do is look into 4 monitors like some kind of a mentally challenged person. No. I don't look much at the screens after I stop streaming. Well, it depends if there's like crazy stuff going on, but most of the time I try to do other stuff. I try to be productive. I have these bunch of research projects going on, or maybe I'll, you know, do some household stuff or whatever. It's always something to do. And then I check my stocks maybe a few times per hour, or maybe like every other hour if things are really slow. But if things are hot, maybe a couple of times per hour. What am I researching? Different topics, stocks, things. Right now I spent the last like 5 days going through my 2020 trades. That's the first time ever I've done a review of my trades. And I didn't really, you know, find anything groundbreaking, just confirm what I already knew. I'm gonna do it for 2019, 2018 too. Just also to see how my trading has evolved over the years, and maybe 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013 too. I don't have very good records pre-2014, but you know, it's kind of fun to do. It's actually, it's boring as hell, but it's kind of fun to see, you know, trends. And can I talk you through the Twilio trade from 2020 May? Which trade? Oh, the EP. Yeah, 5-star EP. That was a nickel. You know, this thing had been going sideways for what, over a year, or like a year. Had been a former leader. Was a leader in 2018, 2019, early 2019. Then it was a laggard for a while, and then it had an EP on enormous volume. Big beat, enormous beat, big guidance, blah blah blah. But you know, mainly the gap up, big gap up, gapped up almost 30%. Big volume, that was the tell, and all you had to do was, you know, trail either with the 20 or the 50 day, or you know, That's a trade. I don't remember if I traded it. There were a lot of, just 5-star EPs back in May 2020. One I remember was Melee that I traded. This one I traded. I sold it. I think I sold it somewhere here. No, I sold it here on this day here. Yep, on this day here. I remember it. Yep, that day here. I guess I should have traded with a 50. Oh well. No. Same thing. Big volume. Blah, blah, blah. All right, let's see. Did I ever? Yeah, I was an options expert briefly late last year. I think I've done 2 or 3 options trades in my life. I think it's mostly for losers. I think very few people have the capacity to create alpha in options. Very few. If the fail rate in stocks is 95% plus in the first few years, the fail rate in options is probably 99% plus. Because in options, there's so many things that go wrong. Like if you do a fat finger, you may blow up. Like you do something like you short or long the wrong type of option and you're a little bit sloppy and you don't see your mistake immediately. You can it's just, and you have the timing thing, and there's just so many things that can go wrong. It's hard to get an edge in options trading. Like, let's put it this way. If you haven't made, if you can't create a lot of alpha just trading equities, you're not going to get any alpha over the long-term trading options. That's for sure. Very, very few can. Very, very few can. Wait, I got 52 answers to my last tweet? Holy shit, I didn't think was people gonna give me that many. I think a lot of people didn't get my tweet. Elon balls. I think about 50% of the people missed the joke. Oh, Roblox woke up. Oh shit, FSR. No! I knew it was gonna go. I had it 2 days ago, got stopped out yesterday. Now it's gonna go to 50. Oh well. Oh yeah, look at these uranium names bouncing back today. So strong. And look at the moving average they're surfing, the 10 and 20. The 10 and 20, 10 and 20, 10 and 20, 10 and 20, 10 and 20. You should like repeat. Everyone should repeat when they for yourselves when you wake up in the morning, like 10 and 20, 10 and 20, 10 and 20. And you're gonna outperform 99% of market participants year in, year out. You're gonna outperform all these guys using Boomerberg terminals and, you know, whatnot. 10 and 20, 10 and 20. Boomberg, Boomerberg terminal. I don't know. I've never used one. I heard they're good, but there's also alternatives nowadays that are pretty good too, that are much cheaper. Thumb slimmers. Man, guys, I mean, I'm looking at the action in the markets right now, and you know, stuff like Rivian. I mean, you know, guys, did you see the intraday on it? If you didn't, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention to stocks in play. Things are. I think we're gonna have an insane end of year. It's just there's just so much buying pressure. There's just so much capital wanting to get into things. The FOMO is insane. This is just the start. G-Dine. I don't see anything special here. It had an EP a couple of days ago. That was pretty decent. You know, decent earnings and whatnot. You know, but I don't see much here. Let's go. Let's get Rivian to 200 and lose it to 60. Come on. Let's go. PPS side to the moon. The PP name. Let's go. I'm thinking about adding some Berkshire Hathaway just to lower the risk of my portfolio. Get some boomer spice into my portfolio. Yeah, Buffett uses the 10 and 20 decade moving average. Yeah, Buffett uses the 10 and 20 yearly moving average. Look at how Berkshire has surfed the 10 yearly moving average. That's what Buffett uses. Like, look at like some of his holdings. He's in Coke, right? Look at this, 10 and 20. He's also in American Express. Look at this, 10 and 20. That's his secret sauce. Come on, Rivian, let's go to 150 today. Guys, you know what Rivian reminds me of? It reminds me of Baidu. Back in 2006. I'm gonna show you guys. This thing IPO'd, opened up like 100%. Or okay, maybe not a great example. Never mind. No, not Baidu. Wait. I'm thinking about some other stock. Whatever. Anywho, you'll see. It's gonna, in this market, Rivian is gonna be at 150. Let's go, Lucid. Let's go! Sina? Oh, Sina doesn't exist anymore. Let's go. If I'm not up 10 million by the end of the day, I'm gonna quit trading. Given these opportunities, it would be a shame. Yeah, Buffett uses the 10 and 20 Well, that was an intense open. That was intense. Man, this volume in EVGO. EVGO has already traded like a third of its float today. And actually, MarketSmith shows their float is like 50 million. This one shows it's like 69. I don't know which one is right, but you know. No matter what, it's traded like a third to half of its volume. It's gonna go higher. How often do I encounter EP that you buy late day? Very rarely. Most of the EPs I've ever bought have been like in the first, say, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Pow7i asks, it's so hard for me to choose winners in the right sectors. Do you got some advice for you? Yeah, give it a few years. Well, you know, study. You know, observe what's, you know, why are you missing the winning stocks in the winning sectors? Why are you missing the winning sectors? Why are you not listening to the market? That's you know, it takes years. It takes years. No one is gonna be an overnight success. DVAC, well, if DVAC, you know, it's gonna look like a Trump Tower either way. That's what I think is gonna happen to DVAC. All right, guys, I have some other stuff to do. I'm gonna go on a stand-up show later, and I have to do some organizing for some stuff. Thanks for joining. See you tomorrow. Good luck, everyone.